Well, hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. Anyway, getting a late start today. It's a little after 10 o'clock, idling out of the Keys, bringing you guys a Clear Lake, California fishing report. Anyway, let's start with water clarity down here in the Keys. First of all, let me recommend you guys go to Ross England's report. It's Clear Lake Guide Service. He puts out an excellent report every weekend, and he's got lots of information that will definitely help you guys. Anyway, water clarity. I'm spending the majority of my time down here in the Rattlesnake Arm, but I've also spent a lot of time this week. If you guys saw my my day and a half video with my Marine buddy Mike, I spent some time up north, but down here in the Rattlesnake Arm, here in the Keys, the water quality is horrible. It's probably 1.5 feet right now, and I don't know why it's so crappy in here. It should be better, and normally it clears out a little faster in here than it is. And the only reason I say that is because when I get out to the mouth of the Oaks, I've got 3 foot, twice as good. And then when I get out around Rattlesnake Island, I've got 6 to 8 feet. So this water clarity thing is just not making any sense to me. And then of course up in the northern area where I was fishing, I'm going to say probably the average I was seeing was 4 feet. But the water clarity is just all over the place. And then Clear Lake Fishing TV, there's another good YouTube channel for you guys to go watch. And Steve has got 10 foot of visibility down there in some of the areas he's fishing. So the water clarity is literally just all over the place. But guess what? Mother Nature's going to throw another curveball at us. We got a storm headed here this weekend. It's calling for, we were 80 yesterday. It's going to get down back into the 50s, and we got rain showing up Friday evening and Saturday. So there you go. And as far as temperatures, it's been starting out in the mid to upper 50s and getting up as high as I've seen is 61. So there we are with the water temp and the water quality. And the big question and the thing we've all been waiting for, yes, there are bass on beds. Can you come up and sight fish? Yes, you can. Is it easy and off the hook? No. Hit and miss and far and few between, but yes, it's happening. But one of the beautiful things I saw the last couple days that I don't know how I missed it, but as far as when that spawn happened, but I have seen 4-inch bass and I have seen 3 big balls of fry on water that I spent a ton of time looking for that sort of stuff, and I was convinced that nothing had happened in those areas. But hey, there's the proof that I'm just not seeing it. I'm missing these waves, not getting things figured out, or either my eyesight's just a whole lot crappier than I think. Anyway, that's what's happening. The lake is definitely pre-spawn and spawn, and there's obviously going to be some post-spawn. So it's in all 3 phases, but the number 1 phase right now, they're still, in my opinion, in pre-spawn with a few spawners coming up. So, like I say, that's my opinion. Everybody's a little different. That's what makes fishing so much fun, is everybody's experience is different. We all have our strong suits. It makes one thing work better for us than another, and as long as you're having fun, who cares? That's the objective. But as far as the fishing's going for me, my number 1 bite right now is flipping that brush hog, and then the drop shot is just a really, really good way to catch them right now. As you get on the edges of those deep water toolies and stuff with that drop shot, it's hard to go wrong. Those little bucks just hardly can't stand it. And I've got the second biggest bass I ever caught up here on Clear Lake, 11 something, was on a drop shot this time of year. So it can be an extremely good tool, that drop shot. And I was watching Clear Lake Fishing TV today. He's catching them on a Texas rigged little worm, a jackal worm. So bring your kids out and you can turn them onto that bite and have yourself a good time. But Clear Lake is fixing to blow. Well, I thought it was going to blow wide open, and the Mother Nature's going to throw the brakes on it again. But anyway, it's hard to put together right now. I know guys that are just getting their butts handed to them. I mean, earlier this week, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I struggled. I was getting like 1-2 fish a day. And then they made their move, areas that were just an absolute desert. I was up there looking for the beds and looking for the fish and just not seeing a single thing, and go back the next day and they're everywhere. So that's one thing I've learned about living up here all these years, is that when the Clear Lake bass make their move, it happens in a hurry. It goes from zero to hero right now. So that's the kind of day you can have up here. Unfortunately, my swim bait bite has died. And when I've got a bite going, I push it to the bitter end to make sure that it's over. But I know people are still getting bit on that trash fish. I'm struggling with that, and I've got my executioners usually the first thing in my hand. It's plan B today. I'm gonna start out flipping, and I got my drop shot, and I got some Cincos, and I got some floating trick worms and some stuff like that, because I'm seeing a lot of suspending bass. There's a couple docks that I came up on that are just loaded with magnums underneath it, and can't get them to bite, so I got to figure out how to get them to eat. So that's where some of these little trick worms and stuff come in. And I would think that the glide bait would draw them out and get bit, because I do have a lot of fish will come out and throw a study on something when I'm reeling it in. So glide bait's on my mind, but it hadn't happened for me. But glide bait's on deck, and it's got to take off. But anyway, I know that the bite is all over the place. My buddy Mark Kim sent me a text. He's catching them on a red crankbait over the tops of tules, and he's on a good flip bite. So that's the dock talk I have. But everybody is having a blast. The weather has been wonderful. Evidently, there's a lot of big tournaments coming up. So unfortunately, the guys that can only fish on the weekends, it looks like it's going to be crowded up here. So that just leads to what I like to say, when it's this lake fishes small. For such a big lake, it fishes small because the fish just group up, and there's just areas that are just like so super productive, and everybody finds the same fish. So with that usually comes a little bit of conflict. So what I tell people is, like, if somebody did it to you and it irritated you, don't do it to somebody else. Be the bigger person. It's like, I honestly mean, when I say treat people the way you want to be treated, it's going to make your day better. So when you get up here, treat people the way you want to be treated. Peace out, baby. Good luck, man. I hope you guys get that big one. Peace out.